Hey guys, this is Greg with Earth Treks Hampden. We're going to be doing a 45-minute Vinyasa yoga practice. So, uh, this is a condensed version of my class that I usually teach Wednesday, 7 p.m. All you'll need for this really is a flat surface. If you have a mat, that's good, or a block, or something that you can use as a block. Water bottle is also good, or if you have a dog bed. So, as you can see, I'm outside. It's really nice out right now. If you can get outside, I recommend that as well. And the only other thing I'll say before we start is my class tends to be a little bit on the difficult side. We're going to start with a pretty slow warm-up. We'll ramp up in difficulty as we get going. We'll cool down with some stretches, and then we'll have a shavasana for as long as you'd like. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start class, as I always do, with a very short meditation and some breathing exercises. So just come to a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. Sit up really tall with your hands on your thighs, palms face down. Let your eyes close. And tune into your senses. So there's a misconception that meditation is about tuning the world out. It's actually the opposite. We'll start with the sense of sound. Just listening to the sounds around you. Don't focus on the source of the sound or even the meaning behind the sound. Instead, just listen to all the sounds together as if they were music, not trying to pick any particular sound out. Okay, next we'll shift to our sense of sight. Even though the eyes are closed, you can still see some light filtering through the eyelids. It may not have a particular color or shape, but you may notice patterns. It may be changing, so just notice those changes. And finally, we'll tune into the sense of feeling. Just feeling the temperature of the air on your skin. In my case, the dog licking my toes. Tune into the sense of the mat beneath you, supporting you, helping you to lift through the spine, into the shoulders, through the neck, all the way up to the crown of the head. Okay, we'll shift our focus now to breathing. Don't change anything about your breath just yet. Just notice the pace, notice the depth. Notice if it starts and stops or if it's smooth and continuous. Good, let's exhale all the way out. Even separated by really high distance, we can still synchronize our breath together. So let's inhale for a count of 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again, a little bit more slowly and deeply. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again, a little bit more deeply. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the way out for 5. Good. On your next inhale, reach your hands out wide. Spread the fingers out. Reach the fingers as far from each other as possible. Turn your palms towards wherever you're facing. Okay, on your exhale, you're going to turn your palms down towards the floor. Inhale, turn the palms up all the way up towards the ceiling. Going back and forth between those two positions, moving with your breath. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, palms up. And again. Good, we'll do one more exhale. On your inhale, turn the palms up, reach your hands overhead so the palms come together. As you exhale, slowly lower your hands down to your heart. And as you inhale, blink your eyes open. From here we'll come into tabletop. Hands and knees. Just make sure that your hands are beneath your shoulders, knees are beneath your hips. Warming up the spine. Inhale, gaze forward, lift your tailbone, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Again, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, round. One more just like that. Deep inhale. Exhale all the way out. Come back to a neutral spine. Step your right foot back as far as you can. Reach your left hand forward, turn the thumb up, and then lift your foot to hip height. Okay, continuing with that same movement in the spine, just adding some length. Deep inhale, find a little back bend. Exhale, round your spine, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. One more, deep inhale. Exhale, just the left hand comes down. Sweep your leg out to the right. And on your inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, you'll lean over to that extended leg, right hand down. Pull your left shoulder back, creating space in the front of the chest, and gaze up. After a couple breaths here, we'll inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands down, right knee back in. Other side, step the left foot back. Right hand reaches forward, lift. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round. Again, inhale, extend. Exhale, round. One more inhale. On the exhale, right hand comes down. Left foot sweeps out this time. Sole of the foot is flat on the floor. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, lean. Inhale, pull that right shoulder back as you gaze up. After a couple breaths, both hands come up. Exhale, hands down. Left knee in. Good. Let's step both feet back. High plank. Find your alignment here, and ideally without moving your hands or your feet, hips can go up and back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Shift the hips left and right, whatever feels good to you. If you have tight hamstrings, maybe a shorter stance will be better, bringing your feet a little bit closer to your hands. If you can get the feet flat to the floor, great. It's a good goal to work towards, but it's not a requirement. Okay, take a deep inhale. Look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, and then your choice, step or float to the front of the mat. Feet land flat. As you inhale, bring your hands to your shins, find a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach both hands high. Gaze up towards the hands. On your exhale, bring your hands down to your heart and out to the sides. Great, we're going to start warming up now. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float back into chaturanga, bend the elbows 90 degrees. Inhale, upward facing dog, find that back bend. Broaden the collarbones, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, and again, we'll make our way towards the front of the mat. Bend the knees, look forward. Soft landing, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach both hands high. Exhale, hands to your heart, and down to the side. One more round. You can do this one on your own or with me. We'll take a couple breaths in downward facing dog. When you're ready, look between your hands, bend your knees, make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach both hands high. Exhale, hands to your heart, and down to the side. Good. Lift all 10 toes, spread the toes out nice and wide. One toe at a time, starting with the smallest toe, bring them down. close your eyes. Turn your attention inward. So I haven't said this yet. The focus of our practice today is going to be balance, strength, and some side stretches, and some tricky transitions. So don't feel like you have to do everything that we're working on today. Just do what you can do. Modify if you have any injuries. Use props. And we'll just have fun. The nice thing about our current situation is that most likely we're kind of isolated. We might have a lot of space around us to practice. So feel free to try things maybe you wouldn't otherwise, like in a regular yoga class, where you might fall into someone. Most likely that's not going to be a problem today. On your inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, fold. Of course, keep in mind, you want to stay safe, work within your limits. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we'll make it to downward facing dog. However you like to get there, you can skip these vinyasas. On your inhale, lift your right foot up and back. Bend the right knee, open the hips. Good. As you exhale, level off the hips, step your right foot between your hands. Turn your left heel down, foot is flat. Inhale, reach up to warrior two. Gaze over that right hand. Bend the right knee as close to 90 degrees as you can get it without the knee passing the ankle. So lengthen your stance if needed. On your next inhale, turn the right palm up, reach up and back. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper into that right knee. Sometimes we lose that bend as we reach back. Inhale, go ahead and straighten it, still reaching back. Level off your hands, lean forward, and come down into triangle pose. Right hand comes down to a block, your shin or the floor, left hand reaches up. Gaze up towards that left hand. And if you attend my class regularly, you know I'm going to say focus on stacking the shoulders. Don't worry about where this arm is. We don't need to crank it all the way back. Pull the left shoulder back instead. Okay, on your inhale, let's come all the way up. Turn both toes to the left. Hands to your hips. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, fold, hinging at your hips. Bring your hands down to the floor. Wherever that happens to be, you can have hands underneath the elbows. Press your heels into the floor just to get the legs a little bit straighter. We don't want to lock out the knees. And then from there, we're simply going to walk our hands to the front of the mat, framing our right foot. Bring the left knee all the way down to the ground, untuck the left toes. Right hand comes inside the right foot, lizard pose. A lot of options here. You can keep the arms straight like I have mine now. You can bring your elbows down to a block, or elbows all the way down to the floor. Just make sure the sole of that right foot stays flat. If you're already starting to feel warmed up and you want to go a little bit further, tuck those back toes, lift the back leg. Keep the hips low if you do that. Now you're getting into a nice hamstring stretch. A little bit of that left hip flexor. Good. Hands underneath the shoulders, straighten the arms, and step back. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's move on to the next side. Inhale, left foot, up and back, bend the knee. Open the hips. As you exhale, level off the hips, step your left foot between your hands. Turn your right heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Good, exhale here. Inhale, peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Same as the last side. Exhale, bend that left knee just a little bit more. Inhale, straighten. Level off the hands, lean forward, and come down into triangle pose. Stack the shoulders, don't worry about the right arm. Couple breaths here. Okay, let's inhale all the way up. Hands to your hips, turn both toes to the right this time. Gonna face this way, bend, hinging at your hips. Hands down to the floor, hands underneath the elbows. If you have a headstand in your practice, feel free to go for it, tripod headstand. make our way over to the front of the mat, hands framing the left foot, right knee down, left hand inside the left foot. Lizard pose, same options. Arms straight, elbows on a block, or elbows all the way down onto the floor. A little bit further, maybe lift that back knee, tucking the toes. Huge hamstring stretch. Alright, hands underneath the shoulders, straighten the arms, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here in your downward facing dog. Good. From your downward facing dog, lift the right foot up and back. Bend the knee, open the hips. This time, instead of leveling off the hips, just keep going. Right foot comes down to the floor on the other side of the left foot. Turn your hips towards the ceiling. Make sure you have some friction. And reach that right arm towards the front of your mat. Get those hips as high as you can. Good. Slowly, with control, right hand comes down as the right foot goes up. Step the right foot between the hands, setting up for warrior two. Inhale all the way up. Good. Exhale here. Inhale, peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow to the thigh, right arm reaches forward. Again, straight line. Right fingertips all the way to the outer edge of that right foot. Just to make the transition easier, right hand's going to come to the right hip. Gaze down towards where your left hand is going to go, even if it's going to float, and press up. One side tends to be a little bit harder than the other. For me, that's the left side. Once your left hand is down, stack the hips, stack the shoulders, reach up. Good. Keep the legs strong. Left heel is pressing down, right heel is pressing back. Soft landing in warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, windmill the hands down to frame the left foot. Step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Alright, now we're feeling a little warmer. Good. Inhale, glide forward into a high plank. And pause here. So a little bit of an intermission with some core work here. Keep the core tight. And yes, Tipper, we are on the deck. We're going to lift the right foot, keep the hips level. Right foot comes back down, lift the left foot, again keeping the hips level. Left foot down, right foot up, right foot down, left foot up, left foot down, right foot up. Now shift your weight towards that right foot. Notice your left hand just got a lot lighter. See if you can lift the left hand, reach it forward. Now a lot of times what will happen is the hips will go up and back here. We want to keep those hips forward and down as much as we can. Left hand down, right foot down. Okay, lift the left foot. Shift your weight towards your left foot. Reach the right arm forward. Again, keep everything nice and stable. Right hand down, left hand down, or left foot down. Hips up and back. Good. Inhale, right foot up and back. Bend the knee, open the hips. Flipping all the way over into Wild Thing. Moving a little faster now. We come back into three-legged dog on the inhale. Exhale forward, knee to nose. Right foot extends out to the left. So way off of the mat. Inhale, reach the left hand high. Bring the left heel down. Ball in triangle. Added challenge here, see if you can float that right foot. whether the foot is up or down, bring your left hand down, right knee in, all the way back into Wild Thing. Just some fun transitions here. Right foot down, fallen triangle, left hand up. We're going to try that one more time. Left hand down, right foot all the way back and down, Wild Thing. Good. Back into three-legged dog, right foot high. As you exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Turn your left heel down. On your inhale, reach up. Warrior Two. We're going to be coming into Ardhacendrasana again, this time from Peaceful Warrior. So we're going to go straight from the inhale in Peaceful. Exhale, Ardhacendrasana. Give it a try. A little bit of a trickier transition, using a little bit more momentum. And now, adding things on just a little bit. This is completely optional. If you're just working on your Ardhacendrasana, you can stay here, or we can bring it into Warrior Three. Back into Ardhacendrasana. Warrior Three. Ardhacendrasana one more time. Warrior Three. And then standing splits. Left foot goes high, palms flat. Good. Exhale. Let's just bring the left foot down into a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Make your way back. Changed my mind. Don't make your way back. Let's do one arm balance really quick. Crow pose. Favorite arm balance, because it leads to so many other arm balances. We're going to bring our hands down in front of our shoulders. Palms are flat. You can kind of grip with your fingers. Lean forward, bringing more weight into the fingers. As you do that, the feet will get light. Eventually, they'll lift up. And then your choice, step or shoot it back into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Left foot up and back. Bend the knee, open the hips. Wild Thing. Good. Keeping the core tight. We're back to our transitions to fallen triangle. Right heel comes down, left foot extends out to the right, right hand reaches up. Now that was a lot. We're going to do this a couple times. Right hand down, right heel down, left foot down, left hand reaches forward. Leading with the left hand comes down, left foot goes up, right heel comes down, right hand goes up. Good. One more time. Awesome, and then back to downward facing dog. Step your left foot between your hands, turn your right heel down. Inhale up to standing warrior two. Exhale here. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, left elbow to your thigh, right arm reaches forward. Find that nice straight line. This isn't quite how we did the transition on the other side. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left hand comes down to the block. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Ardhacendrasana. Okay, same transitions as the other side. Warrior Three. Level off the hips. Both arms reach forward. Square the shoulders to the floor. Inhale, Ardhacendrasana. Exhale, Warrior Three. Inhale, Ardhacendrasana. Don't worry, we're going to take a break after this, guys. Exhale, Warrior Three. Inhale, Ardhacendrasana. Awesome. Both hands come down, standing splits. Get that right foot as high as you can, even if it's not very high. If you have tight hamstrings like me, it's not going to be very high. Hands are flat. Then we'll simply bring the right foot down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step or floated back into downward facing dog. Knees to the floor, hips to your heels for child's pose. Alright, so we made it to about the halfway point. We're still here. Take a minute to get a drink of water. Catch your breath. one more thing to add on to that standing sequence we've been doing with the Ardha Chandrasana transitions in Warrior 3. And then we'll start to cool down. Alright, downward facing dog. When you're ready, no rush. Inhale, reach that right foot up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Just float the knee, float the foot. Get the knee as high as you can, get the hips low. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, bend the elbows, just resting the inner thigh on the back of the right arm. Option 3, a little bit of an arm balance. Left foot gets light and lifts. And then left foot down. Inhale, reach that right foot up and back. Good. Right foot down. Turn the left heel down. Inhale it up to Warrior 2. Exhale here. Okay, on your inhale, find Peaceful Warrior, reach up. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. Okay, here's the new transition. New pose that I learned recently from watching online yoga videos. I think this is called bowler's pose. Your right hand is going to want to be either on the floor or on a block. And what we're going to do, we'll level off the hips, bring that left knee behind the right knee, extend the left foot way out to the side, reach the left arm forward. Nice hamstring stretch, a little bit of the IT band on the left. And then, really strong in that right leg, open it back up, Ardha Chandrasana. One more time. Well, we'll do it 2 more times. Bowler's pose. A little bit of a learning curve here. And then inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Okay, last one. Back into bowlers. And then both hands come down. Simply sit your left hip down. Bring the left foot back in for a seated twist. Right hand comes to the floor behind you. Wrap the left arm around the right knee and gaze towards the whatever is behind you. Nice deep twist here. You can intensify this by bringing the elbow outside the knee, but try not to let the twist come from the torque of your arm. Let it come from your core. Good. Both hands forward. Frame your right foot. Press back up onto that right foot. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Alright. Last side, guys. We got this. Inhale, left foot up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, step the left foot between your hands. Turn the right heel down. On your inhale, windmill the arms up. Warrior 2. Deep inhale here. Deep exhale. Good. Inhale, Peaceful Warrior. Reach up and back. As you exhale, come forward. Try to make that transition smoother than I did. Ardha Chandrasana. Level off the hips, level off the shoulders. And now it's time for our bowler's pose. So left hand is supporting you on this transition. Bend the left knee, bring the right knee behind. Right arm reaches forward. Okay? Inhale, open it up to Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, bowler's pose. Again, inhale, extend. Exhale, bowler's pose, and then down into a seat for our seated twist. We want to keep the sole of the left foot flat. Right elbow wraps around the left knee. Left hand comes to the floor behind you. And twist. Just gazing towards the wall behind you. Use that left hand to lengthen the spine, lift the chest. And on your exhale, we'll come forward, hands down, step the right foot back, step the left foot back. One last vinyasa, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Between your hands, your choice. You can step it forward or float into boat. Arms reach forward. Lift your chest. Bring the knees in a little bit more, but at the same time, lift the chest. That's kind of two counteracting forces here. As you pull the knees in, things wander around. Lift the chest. Knees in, lift the chest. Last bit of core. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. You guys got it. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, nice and slow. Count of 10, all the way down to our backs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Good. Bend your knees. Soles of the feet come flat to the floor. Heel toe your feet out to the sides, so the feet are really wide now, and your knees will turn in. Turn both knees to the right. Bring it back up. Turn both knees to the left. And bring it back up. Just a nice way to release the lower back. Heel toe your feet back together. Lift your feet off the ground. Extend your feet up towards the ceiling or the sky, whatever you happen to be looking at, whatever's above you. And then your choice. Stay here. Relatively relaxing pose, depending on how tight your hamstrings are. You want to go a little bit further, shoulder stand. Support the hips with the hands. Walk the hands up the back towards the shoulder blades. Now, whatever you're doing, keep looking up. Do not look at me. Do not look at things around you. Just want to protect the neck here. We're looking for a nice straight line all the way from the heels to the shoulders. One last option. If you want to come down, you can look at this option. The unsupported shoulder stand refers to the hands. So if you want to remove the hands from the support of the shoulder stand, it is possible. Very carefully balance the weight evenly between the back of the head and the shoulder blades. Reach the arms up. Keep things tight. And then hands come back down to the hips when you're ready. Maybe before you're ready. And roll down your back. Awesome. Right ankle over your left thigh. Lift the left foot off the ground. Interlace your fingers around your left thigh. It's a figure 4. Reclined pigeon pose. This option is great. If this feels good, just stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, 2 options. Arms inside the figure 4, bend your elbows. Or wrap the arms around the knee and the foot. Extend the left foot towards the front of the room. Please be mindful of your right knee. There should be no sensation in this knee at all. All of the stretch is here along the outer right thigh, the IT band, maybe even a little bit of the glute. Then the last step, let gravity do the work. Let gravity pull the left foot down and your shoulders down. Good. Next side. Bend the left knee, bring it back in, release your grip, and bring both feet down. Left foot crosses over the right thigh. Lift your right foot off the ground. Start here. the simplest version of the pose. If this is all you need today, then this is more than enough. This is plenty. To go a little deeper, elbows bend, or again, wrap around the foot and the knee. Extend your right foot towards the front of the room. Slowly lower the shoulders towards the mat. Okay, we'll bring it back in. Bend the right knee, release your grip. Both feet come back down. Lift both feet off the ground. Interlace your fingers around your shins. Give yourself a nice tight hug. Pull those knees in a little bit closer. And then we'll find a gentle supine twist. Extend the arms out wide, palms flat. Bring your knees and hips back to 90 degrees. See if you can keep the knees at this angle as you twist to the right. Once the knees are to the right, gaze to the left. Okay. Right hand back down. On your inhale, will come up to center. Exhale, other side. Knees go left. Left hand to your right knee is an option. Gaze to the right. All right. Bring it back up to center. Here, as usual, I'll offer any last pose that you feel would complete your practice. Happy Baby is an awesome option. Bring both arms inside the knees. Grab the outer edges of the feet. Press your heels up towards the ceiling. Pull the shoulders back down towards the mat. And just a nice, gentle option here. You can roll left and right, massaging your sacrum and lower back into the mat. Stay here as long as you'd like, and when you're ready for your final resting pose, Shavasana, you can extend your feet towards the front of your mat. Might need to scoot back to make sure you're fully on your mat. Bring your hands out wide, palms face up. Let your eyes close. Relax every muscle in your body, and allow your mind to become as still as your body. We're going to spend 1 minute together here. If you feel like you need a longer rest than that, please by all means stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. Otherwise you can join me for the closing of the class. Okay, again, whenever you're ready, no need to rush. Start to bring our awareness back to our breathing. Take a deep inhale, fill the lungs. And then exhale all the way out. Start to find subtle movements. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. And on your next big inhale, reach your hands overhead towards the back of your mat. Point your toes to the front and arch your back. Good. On your exhale, bend your knees, wrap your hands or your arms around your shins. Slowly roll to one side, doesn't matter which. And then mindfully make your way up into a comfortable seat. When you arrive in your seat, bring both hands together at your heart. Lift your heart into your hands. Thank you for sharing your practice today. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Awesome work, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the class, and I hope to see you in person in my class as soon as possible. Don't know when that's going to be yet, but hopefully soon. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.